let's start off with the basics. My name is Joaria, hence ASMR by J. It's very difficult name, I know, but it's very unique and I think represents my personality very well. I was born and raised in South Africa. If you guys don't know where that is, so when you take a look at the African continent, I am right at the bottom. That bottom piece, that's where I am. It is a very developed country for Africa. We actually have a lot of different nationalities and a lot of different people here. We call the Rainbow Nation because we have all these various different classes of people. But enough about South Africa. So I finished high school at the age of 17, and afterwards I moved to a different part of the country. I moved to Cape Town for a little while, and I was there for about a year. I took some courses, did some basic skills. I learned how to sew, how to cook, you know, like a professional, I would say, like a mini professional. I just wanted to see what else is out there. And then I decided I wanted to come back home. So I'm originally from Johannesburg. So I came back to Johannesburg and I started studying international law, and I started working, and that's when my life sort of changed a little bit. So I was working a corporate job, a 9-to-5 job, 5 days a week, and the thing with South Africa is that the traffic is horrible. Like, we have to leave our house at 6 o'clock in the morning to start work at 8 or 9 o'clock because of the traffic. And it wasn't just the traffic, it was the whole 9-to-5 job market that I hated. I was working and it was my first time, so I said, okay, I'm gonna give it a shot. I worked for about a year, and then in that first year that I worked, COVID hit. So I started working, and then I had this huge, like a 3-month gap where, you know, obviously everyone stopped working, which was fine. I was fine with it. Like, I got to be at home. And then I went back to work and I started hating my job. I absolutely hate it. And it wasn't the job I was doing. It was the whole concept of working a 9-to-5. They tell you what to do. They tell you what to wear, how to look. I hated that. I hated the fact that they were arrogant and they thought that because they had money that we were just that we owed them something for them to pay us, and it wasn't a very nice environment. I absolutely hated it. And in 2021 I got married. So I was relatively young still, but I think it was one of the best things I ever did for myself. I got married and I started living a new section of my life. However, I was still working. And I think this was the best thing that could have ever happened to me, was the fact that I had a baby. And so when I had a baby, I decided that I'm no longer going to do the 9 to 5 anymore. And especially because I didn't want to leave my baby, and I just got so sick of the environment and so sick of this whole thing that I just left. And I started my own business, and then I started YouTube, and obviously I'm not where I want to be, but oh my god, I can't tell you how better it is. It is so much better. I don't need to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning and get ready to go to work, just sit in 2 hours of traffic every day to get told so much of junk by people that I don't even care about, just to earn what okay, for us it was like minimum wage. I hated it. And honestly, I earn more at home than I did at work. Like, working from home, I've earned more money at home than I did working a corporate job. And after that, I just learned that the corporate world was just not for me. So I decided that why am I even studying law? I hate the corporate world. It was just for the sake of having the degree. So I moved over. I moved into something more digital, and honestly I love it. It's better than law. I started doing design and things like that, and I actually went on to be better at it than sitting somewhere where I was just miserable. So that's my little backstory of myself. And yeah, that's how I got into doing YouTube. Honestly, I don't do YouTube for the money. I mean, I've earned no money from YouTube as yet. I did not do YouTube for the money. I haven't earned any money as yet, but I did YouTube because I started YouTube because I developed like major anxiety in my pregnancy, and I used to always feel like I'm gonna die. That was like my trigger, and it used to always happen at night. I used to feel like I'm gonna die, and I honestly don't know where it came from. I was never like an anxiety person or a person who had that stress. And watching so much of ASMR really helped me like forget. Sometimes I just look at the screen and this person's tapping on something for like half an hour and I just forget. And that's what really helped me. So I'm hoping to help someone because I know how hard it is. It's really hard. So yeah, that's my little backstory. And if you guys have any more questions, you can put them below, or you can message me on Instagram and I will answer them in the next, let's call this a Q&A. And yeah, I hope you guys have a good weekend.